Hey guys, welcome back. The last Shoegazer here with a movie review for you. I recently did a Freaky Finds video showing some new movie discoveries, and one of them being Victor Crowley. And as I mentioned in that video, I have not yet seen the original installments to the Hatchet series. Adam Green's kind of own slasher franchise here. This being technically the fourth installment to that series. And as I said, I didn't really stay away from that series for any particular reason. It's just one that I haven't seen yet. But I saw this at Walmart, and I was really kind of intrigued by the cover art there, and Victor Crowley, played by Kane Hodder. Fans of Friday the 13th and this Hatchet series know that he played Jason for a number of the Friday the 13th movies, and he plays Victor Crowley very well, I might add. He actually kind of made this movie extra enjoyable. Very menacing, herky-jerky, creepy movements, his arms all jacked and held out to the side, and just grunting, and just very animalistic and primal, very terrifying. So I was really, interested in checking this out, but I was a little hesitant because I hadn't seen the Hatchet films leading up to this. But I talked to Boogeyman Ben, as I mentioned in my last video, and he said that this was more of a standalone installment, and it was kind of, its own story, and I really wouldn't be lost if I just picked this up and, started here and maybe worked backwards at some point. And I can say I really wasn't lost. It is kind of a standalone story. They kind of do a bit of a pickup where it seems like the Hatchet films left off with number 3, but not in a way where you had to have seen them first, because sooner than later they did a bit of a backstory, telling how he came to be and what happened to him. So that being said, I did enjoy this as a standalone story. I do intend to go back and watch the Hatchet series. Overall, I have mixed feelings of this. As I said, Kane Hodder's portrayal as Victor Crowley, really terrifying, really an awesome job. The makeup, his face, just really gruesome, very twisted. So I think you'll be impressed by that if you check this out. But as others have mentioned, there is a ton of comedic elements at play here, so much so that if you're not careful, you kind of get lost in all of that, and you don't get submerged in the overall, terror that I guess I had hoped to get lost in a little bit more with this character and this story. Not to say that I won't feel that way with the other Hatchet films when I check those out, but I kind of wanted to be a little bit more lost in that terror of seeing this story. But there was just so much of it that it was a little bit hard to look past it. Luckily, a lot of it was actually enjoyable, but it just was a constant, I can't tell if I'm watching like a comedy or a cheesy horror film, or if they meant it to be this cheesy, and a lot of, films from the slasher franchises are, they're meant to be kind of cheesy and campy, and that's what makes them, extra fun, at least in my opinion. But this just kind of took it to that limit of nonstop goofiness, that I kind of, I don't know, I had trouble sort of drawing the line between the two, feeling terrified or, laughing my ass off. But you know, this was just a really fun time. Um, like I said, lots of funny stuff. The character Dillon, if you check this out, which I do recommend that you do, I had a fun time watching this. He's actually hilarious. I'd like to see him in more films, playing like the same tour guide kind of character. If they can like do like a spin off or something fun for his character. But whoever played him he's excellent. He has some great one liners, but he was really good. But overall, the production, it's not like a huge budget film, but it just seemed to be kind of cheap, and like even like the kills, they were awesome, really really gory, like way over the top, and that's what I was kind of hoping for this. But even like the fake blood they used was almost like orange looking. I don't know if it was just the angle that I was watching it at. But it didn't quite do it for me. I'm not sure. This never quite hit the mark for me, I guess. I would recommend at least checking it out or maybe borrowing it from somebody if you're a fan of this style of movie like I am, just slashers in general. I would recommend picking it up. I'm glad I have it. I'm not sure how much I'm actually going to go back and watch it time and time again, like I would maybe like the Friday the 13th series, that I know I talk way too much about, by the way, but it's my favorite, so I'm biased. And I know there's a lot of other fans out there of that series, so forgive me if I talk about that a lot. But, I'll go back and watch this. For the funny elements as well as the terror that goes on throughout. But it was a good time. Couple special features, like a behind the scenes making of featurette, and then an interview with Adam Green. But yeah, like I said, Kane Hodder, man, he does an awesome job. Just the animalistic movements and sounds, when he's approaching and just cocking his head different ways, and he's just really really brutal. So he did a really really excellent job in making this, as creepy as it was. But overall, I guess I was looking for a little bit more production value. The coloration was really vivid and looked great on Blu-ray. I didn't watch the DVD. This, as you can see, is a combo pack. It has both DVD and Blu-ray. The visuals were just really, really great. But it almost looked like, I don't know, not as professional as I wanted it to look. It looked like almost like a home movie that was just shot in high definition, and then a whole bunch of like coloration socked on it to really spruce it up. And maybe that's what they were going for. I know this was intended to be kind of a different take on the series, but the colors that that you see in the plane crash, and out in the swamp, are very vivid, and it adds to the overall feel of the movie. But just the overall production just kind of didn't quite cut it for me. But overall, a fun movie if you can just kind of get lost in it and enjoy it for what it is. It is a fun time out in the swamp. It has made me, interested in catching up on the Hatchet series. It seemed like just watching some of the special features that Adam Green had a ton of fun with it, and he was really happy with how it turned out. So, props to him for carrying on his series. I'm excited to check out the other ones. But yeah, I was just really divided with this, but overall had a blast with it. I'll show you the back there. But special features are pretty good. You can see Victor Crowley there. The lighting's not the best in the room right now, and it's actually really, really dark on the actual artwork there. But you know, I'm assuming they didn't have a whole lot of money to work with in making this installment, but it was worth picking up. I showed this the other day, but I'll show it again. Artwork's really nice. I really do like that. So combo pack, I think it was like 13 bucks at Walmart. I would recommend it just for, you know, the sheer fact that it's a cool new adventure, a new slasher in this, you know, Hatchet series. I really don't have much else to say about it. The acting was surprisingly good. Some of it was a little bit lacking, but for the parts that I did feel were lacking, the acting really wasn't a part of that. I was kind of surprised. So overall, I would recommend picking this up if you're a fan of the genre. So leave some comments below. Let me know what you think, of the different Hatchet films. I've heard from a couple people now who have, you know, seen those first and then checked this out. I know a lot of people do have mixed reviews on this as well as myself. But yeah, let me know what you think. If you've seen this yet, you know, if you think that they should keep going with this series, which of the first Hatchet films you think that I should start with, if I should just, you know, start from one and move on, or if there's one that you like better that you think I should maybe check out to kind of get hooked on it a little bit more, let me know. But yeah, this is a fun watch. Leave some comments. Let's get the conversation going. Coming up on my channel, as I mentioned the other day, I recently got the Crystal Lake Memories documentary along with the Never Sleep Again one for Nightmare on Elm Street. So that's going to be coming up. That's on my to watch list. After having seen this finally, I'm going to be posting that on my channel here, hopefully within like the coming couple of days, as well as showing a little bit more of my like wallet collection, just paging through some overflow of DVDs and Blu-rays that I've picked up over the years. So look for that, and also another Freaky Finds video. I've actually lucked out and picked up a handful of really cool ones that I think you guys will be interested in checking out here in a couple of days. So stay tuned. A couple videos coming up here over the next week or so. Yeah, let me know what you think of Victor Crowley. Great time. Had fun watching it. Not sure if it's gonna rank too high in my favorite you know, slasher horror films, but Kane Hodder knocked it out of the park. You know, I'm gonna give a thumbs up to Adam Green. Good time. So alright guys, thanks for watching. Have a great one.